Hey guys, it's Karen. It's day 52, day 52 of my 100 days of making comics challenge. And I again worked on writing. Uh, the picture in front of you is art that I did today. A mandala, clearly. Um, Another mandala from scratch mandala. I think I finished two of them today and started another one. But this one took most of the art time that I had for the day. I think it's cool. And I'm getting quicker at these. They're fun to do. And I did this in Clip Studio Paint as usual. So yeah, I'll make this a short update. So the thing I did for my actual comics challenge was more writing on the script. Let me find. A lot of it wasn't really. A lot of it was figuring stuff out. So I went to page like a while ago. I've changed some things for my outline, and what I did today was kind of brainstorming the new changes because I realized when I first laid out the outline, I had the general idea of like that the wife had hired Gregor to take pictures of her cheating husband, and I originally was going to have her give him more time and forgive him his screw up, but the more I developed the character of the husband and the wife and their unique situation, I realized um, that wasn't the. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. That needed to be tweaked. I mean, it was so like the broad strokes of her coming into his office, her accusing him, her finding out that her husband found out that he screwed up. That's all the same. But what happens afterwards was I realized just how ruthless when I made Henry Mallett the cheating husband. He's the big bad guy. He won't be really the big bad guy in this story arc, but eventually he is a big bad guy, especially in the next one. So he would react a lot differently than, like, he would have a reaction to this. So, and I was going to have her, I don't know if you can see it here, but let's see if I can get my screen over. So I was originally going to have, let's see. I was originally going to have Nora berate my PI character Gregor, and then noticing the blood, and then she relents and gives him more time. But then I realized that is not how this woman would react at all. She's in a total tizzy, and did you tell them? The first thing she would think about is herself. Oh my God, he was discovered. Not, oh my God, look how hurt he is, but oh my God, he was discovered. What does he know? Did you tell him about me? Did you tell them who hired you? This all changed today as I was. I thought about this before, but this is just like the bare bones of my notes of like my initial thoughts. Like, did you tell them who hired you, Mrs. Mallet? Did you? No. It's only a matter of time before my husband realizes I hired you. Oh, how could you be so stupid? Didn't I stress to you that this was to be kept strictly confidential? Just came out of my head, so forgive me. But and then I'm still not sure like how much, if I'm going to be in Gregor's head a lot in first person, like a classic PI thing, or if it's going to be third person in his head, or if I'm not going to be in his head at all. And then I was like, well, she's very agitated. How would we show this? In an old crime novel, she would light up a cigarette, but I don't want people smoking in this. So she tries to get herself, oh, Christ, I need to call my lawyer. She's fumbling for her cell phone. This was my one chance, and you blew it. Now he'll just cover up the affair, and I'll be lucky to get anything in the divorce. It won't happen again. Of course it won't. You're fired. So, like, that had never even, like, that was a complete, I was like, oh, of course she'd fire him. Like, she wouldn't mess around. And I had originally planned on like having him have somehow he was going to have to get pictures or something. That I was going to have to resolve this in this little tiny storyline, and I don't have room for that. So it was like, oh, of course, he's fired. So that, and then I realized, why is she so agitated to get into his office? Like, what is she? Is she just impatient because she, like, she just burst in on him first thing in the morning and she's been trying to get a hold of him all night? Why? And so then I mean, just because originally I thought it's just because she's neurotic and like, I gotta get this divorce before my husband finds out. But then I realized, well, what if on page 2 he actually tells maybe Gregor? So I wrote this down. Does he maybe call Nora and say that Mallet is with a girlfriend now? I'm sorry to say they look pretty cozy. His dialogue could show all this instead of an inner monologue and also give Nora a reason for him to expect his call all night and get all worked up. I'll call you back as soon as I have something. So there. So then like I was like, oh, of course. So today I just did a lot of like I didn't actually like do a lot of typing writing, but I did a lot of like loose ends, tying up, making things stronger, going off the general plot that I had and adjusting it so that it was more active, more intense, and more true to the characters. And because, you can have plot and you can have just plug your characters into it, but, then they tend to be pretty cardboard. Usually what happens is the characters determine plot by how they would react and naturally and, instinctively. So even though I'm still working with the general constraints of the plot that I gave myself as a starting point, I'm tweaking it as I go to better serve the characters. And that's kind of fun stuff. It's always fun when you get that, oh yeah moment, that aha, eureka. And those are the kind of things that you just have those. Nobody cares about. Nobody cares, and you're geeking out, art or writing moments that you're like, oh, I totally figured that out. Like, oh, it's gonna fit together so perfectly. Or of course, people just see that. Nobody sees that, and you don't get to tell people about that. So it's kind of fun. Then I got to tell you guys about that, but I don't think you guys probably really care. But I was like, I don't know. It's what's the word? It's not thrilling, but it definitely gives you a little energy boost of when that creative spark, comes together. So I did put my 30 minutes in today, and I think it's day 52. So I did 50, then I did another one. Yeah, so I think it's day 52. So I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to do some more work on something else before bed, and I hope I will be able to see you with more insights on the writing process tomorrow. Until then, I hope everybody had a fabulous creative day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.